address things. So I posted a video recently which is called If Leaving Me Is Easy, Are We Leaving Malaysia? And it got a lot of views for a change, nice. And also it got lots of comments. So I want to address some of those comments. This is the way Las Vegas, hi brother, asked me, can you swim, or fish, or boat in that lake? They're talking of Emerald Lake. The answer is no. So you can walk around it, you can look, but don't touch. Western Super Motovlog says, stunning place. I'm guessing you don't fancy a move back to Somerset then. Somerset is where I was born. The quality of your vids is good. Your vids is so good and very genuine. I think YouTube views are down in general. It's me complaining about my views, obviously. A friend of mine who has an established channel called Sixth Gear Motorcycles based in Cheddar, which is a beautiful place, says his interaction have dropped massively over the last few months. Stay safe and stay happy, bud. Thank you, brother. Somebody else says, motovlogging in the PH is beauty. That's Lloyd Balsondra, part of my family actually. Hey Lloyd, how you doing, brother? And he's right, it is. And one thing for sure, vlogging in the Philippines definitely gets you much more attention than vlogging in Malaysia. So Andy Ong says, why are you leaving Malaysia? I was thinking of retiring there. Okay, let me get this straight. We don't want to leave Malaysia. We love Malaysia. However, here's the deal. We're on a 90-day visa, and obviously due to COVID, we got to stay here. Now, we've been renewing a 90-day visa for 12 years. We play the game. We used to do like a one-day trip to Singapore. They would renew, no problem. And after 5 or 6 years of that, it's like, started getting, can't do that. So then we started going out for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, come back, and we still were getting hassle. So we tried to get MM2H, but now since COVID's come along, MM2H has been put on hold. We're hearing that if it does come back, they're going to hump the financial requirements right up, which would be right out of our ability to sort of be involved. So we don't want to leave. However, I just think that once we leave, they're not going to let us back in a hurry. And so we just kind of think, well, now's the opportunity then to find somewhere else where we can stay, and we know that we can stay longer term. And the great thing with the Philippines, which is why we're looking at the Philippines, first of all, we have family there. My brother-in-law lives there, my sister-in-law lives there, my son's just married a Filipina. So we have many reasons to go. They also have friends in the Philippines. So, you know, if we go there, it's not going to be like we're away from people. We'll have a support network if we need it at some area that we can go to. The thing is, in the Philippines, you can get a 90-day visa, and then you can financially pay to extend it for a period of up to 3 years. Then you have to leave the country, but then you can come back in and do it all over again. Now, that's a lot easier than having to put an unspecified sum of money into a bank and just leaving it, and also having all the hassle of trying to prove an income you don't have in the UK and lots of other things. So we don't want to leave. We just might not have a choice. And if you're thinking of retiring here, if you can get a visa and come and retire here, or you get a business and retire here with the business, dude, it's an amazing place. I absolutely love it. Noel Hart says, hi, I'd like to see a guide for a newbie from the airport, what to bring, etc., where to stay, single guy over 60, where to shop, do I need a car, where to get one or avoid, what hobbies are there to do at day, night, what to watch, out, safety. For details are important, looking to retire abroad at some point. Thank you, Noel. Well, Noel, here's the deal. From the airport, it's very simple. You just get in the taxi, which is outside, and go to wherever it is you're staying. You'll need to do your own research as to which is the best area. We've stayed in 3 areas. We stayed in Taman Non Chik, which is near the centre. We stayed in Taman Molek, which is on the outskirts, the other side of the city, and we're now staying in Sunway City, which is a whole new area of Johor. Depends what you're looking for. If you want sort of quiet, relaxed, this is here. If you want a great place for food and close to big shops, then Taman Molek is perfect. And if you don't mind getting in your car or moving around, then Non Chik was great, but you always had to get in a car to go somewhere because it's a bit of a distance. As for car, that's a bit of a sad subject at the moment because my wife's car expired yesterday and we're not going to be getting a new one. Again, if we're going to be leaving the country, if it's possible, we don't want to be investing in a car. Also, more money. Car's been causing us trouble, costing us a small fortune. My daughter's car's been doing the same, but hers is still going. what I would say is, yes, buy a car by all means, but if you find you don't need one, as quit getting around by Grab, which is the Malaysian version of Uber, or there's a thing called SoCar, which is basically the hire cars that you can just pick up at certain points around the city, drive, I think you just do it on an app, you can drive it for where you want to go, bring it back, and then you're done. So if you like, let's say you wanted to go to KL, you just hire a car for a couple of days and then bring it back, and that's done. So why stick yourself with a car that you're paying all the insurance and the tax and everything, and having to park it and all that sort of stuff? But if you want to buy one, well, you need a visa. First of all, you can't buy a car if you don't live here, if you don't have a visa, unless you put it in somebody else's name. So you say you're over 60, where to shop? Johor Bahru has so many shops. We've got massive shopping malls, South Quay and Paradigm. We've got lots and lots of small malls, and depends on where you're going to be as to which ones you're going to want. I mean, the Putri Harbour area or Sunway City area where we are, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 like supermarkets within 10-minute taxi ride from here. So shopping's easy. What hobbies are there to do day, night? Depends what you're into. You can watch football. JDT, Johor's football team, is the #1 team in Malaysia. Well, I say you can watch. At the moment, obviously, we can't do anything. Restaurants, Malaysia is an eating culture. It's a sit outside and eat culture. So if you're into sort of going out, sitting, having a drink with friends, whether it be non-alcoholic or alcoholic, that's all possible. I mean, I don't know, there are nightclubs and stuff. I've never been to one, so I don't know what they're like. Obviously, we have cinemas, which have just recently reopened. There are things to do. I mean, realistically, it's like, if you're into theatre, you're in the wrong country. If you're into watching bands play live, you're in the wrong country. So, if a lot of art, galleries, that kind of stuff, in Malaysia isn't the place. We're starting to see some public art being put up, but it's really lagging behind most Western countries in that respect. What to watch out for: safety. Personally, coming from the UK, I would say that Malaysia is way safer. However, the figures don't bear that out, but from what we see, a lot of the problems seem to be sort of gangs fighting gangs, or petty theft, that kind of stuff happens everywhere. So safety wise, no, I mean, if you're sensible, it's really not an issue. My wife happily goes out on her own, daytime or nighttime. It's not an issue. It's just same as any other big city. There are places that probably have more problems than others, but realistically, no, not a problem. So if you're looking to retire here, I would suggest you come and have a look around. It's a beautiful country, and see what you think. Stephen Ong says, what is the conclusion? Do you have to leave Malaysia? What happens to the MM2H application? I'll just discuss that really. The MM2H application is all on hold because of COVID. And do you have to leave Malaysia? Yes. At the end of COVID, you probably will have to leave because our visas have run out. It's the same that happens to everybody. Our visas run out. Our issue isn't so much the fact we have to leave. We accept that. That's part of the life we live. Is whether or not they let us back in. Then we have Waldorf, WSC. I think Waldorf is a bit of having a troll here. He says, yes, leave Malaysia, go to Thailand. It's more fun there, a lot more to do. Malaysia going to become next Saudi Arabia. Yeah, okay, Waldorf. Don't know what you're trying to get at there, pal. We've been to Thailand. We almost bought a home in Thailand. But both countries are different. It depends what you're looking for, and we're not looking for that. Okay, and we will go either stay here, we will go to the Philippines. We're even interested in Brunei because our son was working out there, but it's unlikely he's going to be working there for much longer. So that's just the way life is. We'll see. I think that might be it for the questions. Please send questions. I like to answer questions. Hello, how are you? It's hot. It's really hot today. To do these videos inside, I have to turn off my fan. Can't have the air conditioning on, so it gets taters in here. Taters is cold, isn't it? And it gets the opposite. That again. Hi everybody, and welcome.